Hey guys, it's Bunting Thiefric here, and today is about half an hour after my last video, just in case you're wondering, which you probably won't. So, this isn't a Minecraft video at all. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a server, just a simple server. Before we start, just don't mind this little YouTube thing. I'm just uploading a video at the moment, and I can't wait 50 minutes for it to load to make another video. So first of all, to make your server, you're going to want to open up your web browser. So mine's going to take a while to open. 1 second. Once you're in your web browser, you want to go to minecraft.net. If mine even work, there we go. So and then you click where it says here Get Minecraft. Click on Download it here. And you want to be getting this one right here that says Minecraft underscore server 1.7 by 9. So you're just going to click that and download that. And if you're a Chrome user, it should download here on the bottom left. So whilst that's doing that, you can just shrink your browser down whilst it's downloading. And then you want to go into your desktop, and then you want to create a new folder, and you can call that server. And you want to put that somewhere on your desktop. So whilst also you can open the folder which is empty. So the reason you're making this folder is because if you were to just open the file, it would unload all the little packaging files, as I call them, onto your desktop, which isn't really what you really want, because it'll just look really messy. Okay, so mine's downloaded now. So sometimes when I'm copying this to the server folder, I sometimes get problems with it, but it shouldn't do. So you just click and hold, and you drag it, and you should be able to just drag it into the folder. Okay, apologies, I've been having a lot of problems. It's been something 15 minutes just to actually drag this simple silly file into this folder. I'm trying to be calm because it's really annoyed me. So now you've got this into the folder. Make sure it's definitely in the folder. Make sure it's not your desktop or anything. So once you've done that, you can open it. So you double click it. It's going to say this. It's a save file. You can always check it with the antivirus software or something. It's a save file. You're just going to run that. Then this little window here called Minecraft Server will open. And if you look into your server folder, you'll see all these little files or logs appearing, which is what you want. And just leave that for a few more seconds. And then in this little bar in the bottom right of the server, just type stop, which will then close the server. You never ever click this button in the corner here because it doesn't save, or it could corrupt your server, or anything to do with the server not shutting down properly would do something to the server. So now you've got this. Basically, this server file here wouldn't open as a notepad file. You'd have to right click it and say open with, and choose the default program, which is Notepad or WordPad Plus or whatever you want. But once you've done that, open it in some sort of note form, so it'll be listed like this. Now what you can do is you can edit any of these. So I'll go through them one by one, and you can see which ones you want and which ones you don't want. So the op permissions, basically I wrote up the permissions. Some of the permissions, well, it just depends. There's 4 levels of permissions. There's none, which makes it basically they've got nothing as an op. Level 1, I'm pretty sure all they can do is get past the boundaries. They can break the boundaries of spawn or something. Level 2 means they can do game mode 0 and stuff. Level 3 is they can clear things. Level 4 means they can stop the server altogether. I suggest leaving it on 4, but only having people you trust, because they could de-op you, or as you're the owner. So you will be the owner first off anyway, but I'll show you how to op yourself in a minute. By the way, you can close your web browser down because you're not going to need that anymore. So the second thing is allow nether. If you don't want people to be able to go into the nether, you see where it says true, you just type false. Don't have a space between the equals, just say false, and they won't be able to enter the nether. Level name, not really sure what that is. I think if you were going to put your own custom world in there, which is okay if you want to use it, you have to put the exact name in there, otherwise it won't know what to use. Enable query. Unfortunately, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. You can find that out if you want on Google. I'll find out later on, hopefully, and I'll put it in like an update of the video or something like later on in life. Allow flight. I've never really felt the need to use flight, but I'm pretty sure that means because it's on false. I'm pretty sure on some servers you can fly when you're on survival. Like an op can give you the option to be able to fly. So you can leave that false. I suggest you leave it false because you'll get people getting back into spawn and stuff, which isn't what you want. Right, announce player achievements. A lot of servers don't have these on, so I'm going to change mine to false. So as you can see, I didn't put a space and I spelled false wrong. Flas. False. And I won't save it just yet. So the server port, basically the server port is the port it's going to run on. If your port isn't 25565, then you have to change this number to whatever your server port is. I'm not going to show you any of the ports because I don't have the right software to block out my IP address and stuff. Most server ports don't tend to change from 25565, but yours could. I think mine's 25565. I can never remember. I think it is. I think because most are. Level type. I aren't too sure what that is, but I was looking at it because I just had to pause to see what everything else was. I'm pretty sure this means what kind of world it is, but I don't think you can change it once you've done this. Like there's default, isn't there? And then there's super flat, and there's amplified. I don't think you can change this or the world name anymore. But that doesn't matter really because sometimes you just want a random spawn, don't you really, on a server. So Archon, don't know what that is. The level seed, I don't think you can change that either. Force game mode. I'm just trying to think what that could be. I think force game mode means when you join, you're forced onto that game mode. When you join, you'll automatically join on survival. I think it means if you're up and you're on like creative, I think it may mean that you spawn on survival every time you go on, but I can't be sure, so you can always look that up. Server IP, don't put anything in here. Don't put your IP address in here because it doesn't really matter about that because your port forwarding will do that for you, I think. Your maximum build height, this can be changed, and I'm used tend to put mine down to 250 because for some reason they have it 256. I don't know why they can't just round up to 250 or maybe just to 270 or something. Spawn NPCs, basically, obviously sheep, mobs, things like that. Best to keep that on really. I think that also means villages and stuff spawn as well. So you want that on true. Whitelist. Now a whitelist, I've tried making a whitelist. A whitelist never seems to work, but a whitelist basically means only people you want to join are on. So you'd have to put their name in the whitelist little thing here. So I can't think. I'm trying to think of an example. So let's say you wanted your friend to come on, and his name was I don't know, Johnny85. Yeah, when you tried to join it, would say you're not whitelisted on the server. You'd have to go into the whitelist and type in Johnny85, and then he'd be able to join. But you know, that's just a quick little thing. I've tried making them before, but they never seem to work for me. But that doesn't really matter. Unless you really want a really private server, because to be honest, no one can really guess your IP address anyway unless you advertise. But I don't think there's any point in advertising a private server really. Spawn animals, true. Alright, yeah, so NPCs is just NPC villages and stuff like that, and animals, obviously you want that on, because people are going to starve to death. Unless you're making some sort of PvP server, maybe, I don't know. Hardcore, you can choose it to be a hardcore server. I've never really been on a hardcore server. I'm not sure what happens when you die on a hardcore server. I'm not sure if you get kicked forever, but you know, you can have that true or false. I always keep it on false because it's too hard a hardcore server. Snooper, I don't know what Snooper is, but it's enabled. So I've never really looked at Snooper. I know you have Snooper on Minecraft, but I haven't really ever looked into it. Online mode, people say to turn this to false, and that doesn't really do anything. If you like, people say turn to false if you're building, doesn't really do anything. So just leave that as true. I don't suggest changing that in case it screws up your server. Resource pack, you can force a resource pack. So let's say, so anyone who joins will just be put onto that resource pack if they have it enabled on their settings, because they couldn't disable it before, but they can do that now. PvP, that is true unless you want an anti-grief or anti-PvP server, which would be a kind of stupid server, if you ask me. Difficulty 1, that is the difficulty of the server. So 0 would be peaceful, 1 would be easy, 2 would be normal, and 3 would be hard, I'm sure. Enable command block. I always enable the command block because your ops are going to be able to use some certain commands and stuff. The game mode is 0, set to 0, 0, which is survival, 1 is creative, and 2 is adventure. I'm pretty sure we're getting game mode 3 when the update comes out, which is spectator mode, which would be great. Play idle timeout. So this is just how long the person stands still and doesn't do anything, not even craft, just stands still, just like goes AFK away from keyboard. And this is how long, I think it's minutes, I'm sure. This is how long it takes until they get disconnected automatically. If you're gonna set this, I suggest setting it to 5 minutes, not a minute or something like that, because that would be a bit unfair. Because someone, like say, goes away, they could be waiting for something to smelt, and someone could, take it, so you don't want that. Maximum players. If your computer can't handle, or can't, sorry, Bandicam ended. Sorry, max players. If your computer isn't very good, if it's got really bad RAM, or if it's really laggy on Minecraft already, best to turn the maximum players down to around about 10, from the range of 5 to 10, if there's not really many of you playing on it. I'm trying to think, there's quite a lot of us who play on ours, so I'm going to say about 15. You can change it anytime. This just basically means it's not going to take up as much RAM because if loads of people come on, then it's going to be really laggy. You can set it to 1,005 million. However, I don't know how to read that number off straight away, but there you go. Because I'm not the smartest person alive. Anyway, spawn monsters, true. Obviously, that's if you want to spawn monsters, because that's quite handy. Because you might want it on hard, where they lose hunger but no monsters. If you're making, because you could make a PvP server. You don't want monsters to spawn, obviously. Generate structures, true. So this means that the temples and villages and things like what they're called, strongholds. Yeah, sorry, strongholds. They'll generate as well if you have that on true. But to be honest, these ones you can't really change, like the structures one. Right, viewing distance as well. I'm not really sure what that does, but I'm pretty sure that's just how the maximum distance that people can see. Before the chunks have to load again. That's not really important, you can just leave that how it is. And then MOTD stands for message of the day. And this is the little message that's displayed underneath your server. So I'm just going to put, for this one, hello YouTube, because I'm not very good at thinking of things off the top of my heart. So you don't have to put a space in between actually, because it also opens a space when you go on the server. So now, once you've tinkered with all this kind of stuff, just do file save. Don't do save as, just do file save, and then you can close that. Now you can, if you want, you can just have a look around, and you can go into these little other subfolders if you want. They'll all probably open with the same notepad because they're all JSON files. And basically you can edit these. Now, I'm pretty sure you write inside these little bracket things, but I ain't sure. So for now I'd leave that, but now I'm going to show you basically how to op yourself. So you want to open Minecraft, so I'll just do that quickly now. Yes, Minecraft takes a long time to open on my computer. Okay, so once you're in Minecraft, you just go to multiplayer, and you can do two things. You can either type in your local IP from your command prompt center, which I won't show you in this video, but basically you can either add the server, you can add it as a server, or do direct connect. So when you're in the server info, just type in localhost, and basically that is just connecting to your local IP address, but isn't I'm just trying to think. It's connected to your local IP just without having to type the numbers in. I'm going to delete that because I have it already in direct connect, as you can see. Ready for me to just go on my server, which I have another server. Let's just quickly go on my server. So, but see, obviously you can't go on your server without the server file open. So once again, open the server file, which is called Minecraft underscore server thingy, whatever version you're on. So you double click that, and you can always untick this. I always untick it because you don't have to accept it every time. Because it is a safe file. I promise you it's a safe file. I've made servers for years now, so they're very safe files. Now before they used to have a loading thing on here. I'm pretty sure, well, you can't really see it, but I'm pretty sure there's a way maybe you can see that. But it will display the players on here. So you can go into your direct connect now, and it should say logging in, which means your server is working for yourself and your own IP address, which is really what you want. So now that you're in to your server, you just let your chunks load. This is the server. And as you can see, I'm not opt, and if I try and do game mode 1, I said I don't have permission to use that command because obviously I'm not opt. So to opt yourself, this is where it comes in as the owner. This is where the opt permissions, that's because you're the owner, you're obviously better than everybody else. So you can go into this little window thing here, and if you type in op and then space and then your Minecraft name, mine's Benefit113, it says on the actual server Benefit113 was opt. So if I try and do game mode 1 again, I'm now game mode 1. And basically once when you do that, in the ops folder the names will be displayed here. As you can see, it's best to opt people using this window, not the ops file, because you've got to type all this code, I'm pretty sure, just to get yourself opt. So it's best not to use that. But yeah, so this is your server. It's going to be a normal world, as it was said on the thing. It'll be a default world. So you have spawn protection. I'm pretty sure. I think it says in the server thing that you have. There you go. I must have missed spawn protection. Maybe it wasn't there. So your spawn protection is the default is 16. You can change it to however many you want. But if I was deopt, let me just deopt myself. You can deopt yourself. Just to let you know. So I'm deopt. The spawn protection thing, it doesn't exactly matter if it's just going to be you and your friends, because these small servers are better just for you and your friends, to be honest with you. Not best for these huge open servers where there's thousands and thousands of people going on them, because they haven't got any plugins or nothing on them, so I don't see the point in having these as a full server. So these are just, I say, community servers, as I call them. And you can have a lot of these. That's what the good thing about these is. You can have a lot of these. So you can have lots of different ones. So you can have a private one for you and one of your mates. And then you can have one for you and like all your other mates with that one mate. You can, which I think I find really good. Whereas with the bucket server, like, you know, there's a lot more files in with the bucket server and stuff. And all the plugins on each different one, and then you got to update them. And the good thing about these, the only bad thing about these servers, should I say, not good thing, a bad thing about these servers is you don't. I'm not sure if there's any way to update them if an update come out, unless you just downloaded the new. Let me see. If you downloaded the latest version of this file here, the actual Minecraft server application data one, and put that in there, I think that may update the server. But I can't really be sure. So best what to do is if you were to copy the world folder in here, if you were to copy this, you don't have to copy the logs. If you copy the world, then you would be then you could have the world stored and you could put it in a different server. Okay, so now you know that your server actually works and you've got the world. There's only a few things left now, just a bit of extra information that you should know. So first of all of the banned players go into the banned player little folder. Logs. The logs is basically when I run the server it shows you what happened on the log. You can also see the ops, as I said before, in that one. The banned IP addresses that you've banned in that one. So if you want to ban someone's whole IP address, you can do that. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for this video. Any more questions, feel free to comment. I know it's quite a long video, but you know, servers do take a bit of time when it's your first time making them. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.